Welcome to Micro Podcast. I've got Sam Kuehnle here with me. He's the VP of Marketing at Loxo. He's previously at Refined Labs. Sam and I were just talking about how everything's dead. Cold calling's dead. Email's dead. Everything's dead. What are we supposed to do as marketers and as growth leaders, Sam? I'd be curious to get your take on that.
The channels aren't dead. Email is a channel. Phone is a channel. Social media is a channel. None of these are dead. The playbook you're using is dead. It's this old way of like how you're leveraging email, how you're leveraging the phone. You're sending the email, hey, this is Sam from Loxo. You ready to hop on a demo with me yet? It's like, no, Sam, I don't know who you are. I don't know who Loxo is. I don't know who any of this is. We blame the channel. It's the playbook and how you're approaching your market that's the issue.
Yeah. And I think that as we talk about the new playbook, we're using a lot of the same channels. I think that some of the things that you were hitting on is there's a mindset shift in the role of the customer and what their experience should be, and your role as the trusted advisor. So I'm curious how y'all are doing that at Loxo, and have you seen any success in that shifting role?
It's going to come down to something that we all love and hate, attribution at the end of the day. So we view our team as a true GTM, go-to-market team. Yes, it's comprised of a marketing leader, BDR leader, a sales leader. Instead of viewing us each as like our own little additive silos where it's like Sam's got paid media running, what can we expect in terms of leads, opportunities, pipeline, revenue from those? Then we have the BDR team. We've got 10 BDRs. What if we had 15 BDRs? What will that do? Then the sales team, what if they're doing 10 calls a day? What if they did 20 calls a day? And we're viewing these all as like additive on top of each other. That's because of attribution. We have to say like, what is the value that's going to come from those paid ads, from that webinar, from those 10 calls from the BDR, to go back to our CFO and say, hey, here's what this $1 did for us in terms of revenue. Instead, look at this as an ecosystem, because I started as a BDR early in my career, and I remember the difference of getting on a call with a prospect who'd heard of my brand and a prospect who had never heard of my brand. And they were two very different ways that they continued the conversation with me after I said, hey, it's Sam from, Loxo, how are you doing? In the example of, I'm running paid ads. If I don't have to get someone to become a lead right from that ad, and I can do something that adds value to the market, when the BDR calls them 30 days later and knowing that they've seen 5, 10, 20 different ads across their organization, it's not who's Sam from what's a Loxo again, to just like, oh yeah, Sam from Loxo, I know all about you all. It's perfect timing. That's a different conversation for the BDR, and most likely they're sold on us, or they at least understand our point of view on where the market is headed. That's what happens when you go away from these additive silo channels into, I call them like force multipliers of one another. But you can only do that if you're not obsessed with attribution on what's that phone call worth, what's that ad worth, because they all have to come together in this. There's hundreds of touch points that occur in today's buying.